Hello, Kit Crowne here, your mortgage consultant for life. Welcome to this week's Mortgage Moments video. Here we are with part 3 of my series on appraisals. Today we're talking about what appraisals do for you and what they don't do. Let's start with an essential truth. Whether you're a home buyer or a seller, an appraisal doesn't add anything but stress to the transaction. That's a bare facts truth. What appraisals actually do is remove the element of mutual agreement between seller and buyer and introduce the judgment of a third party as to what the value of the property is. Now, I'm a free market kind of guy, so from where I sit, I think that appraisals are annoying, intrusive, nanny-state contrivances that oughtn't exist. I also think that they're required by the people who have the money that I help people borrow. So I accept that they're here to stay. That's also a bare facts truth. So here's a list in no particular order of some insights about appraisals that help frame their usefulness and currency to you. Appraisals have no lasting value. They only fix a value to your home for a moment in time. That's because appraisers use the sales of similar houses that have sold in the last several months in the same general area. And as time goes by, there will be newer sales, higher or lower, that will be more relevant. That means that if a bunch of your neighbors sell their homes for $100,000 less than you paid for yours, the value of your home just fell for the moment. Likewise, if an appraisal comes in higher than the sales price, there's no cause for celebration, and no, you don't really have a bunch of equity in your new home. It just means that on a comparative basis, there's more value than the sales price that you agreed upon with the seller. It doesn't, however, mean that the home would actually sell for the value that the appraiser inferred for the property. An appraisal is not a home inspection, but the appraiser is there to make sure that everything that's supposed to work does in fact work. Lights, heat, water, waste disposal, and the like, and that the home is safe for you to live in. You may be prepared to buy a house that has functional challenges, but the appraiser is the one who will decide if you're allowed to buy the property in its present condition. The appraiser doesn't work for or share information with town officials, but they will check to see if work has been done properly and has been permitted by the building department. So that basement that has been finished, or the shed that's been built, or the wood stove that's been installed, or the countless other things that get done to homes by their owners, well, if it was done without a permit, that's a problem that has to be resolved before the sale can be completed. Appraisals don't get shared with anyone other than the lender without your permission. That means that the seller doesn't get a copy of the appraisal report, or the town, or your ex-spouse, or, well, the list goes on. And here's a weird one. The appraisal does not belong to you. It belongs to the bank. So even though you paid for it and you have a right to receive a copy of it, you bought it for the bank's exclusive use. I can't tell you why that is, just that it's a fact of life when it comes to appraisals. Your takeaways from this video are that appraisals are only useful in the context of supporting how much the bank will lend you and documenting whether the home meets minimum property condition standards and legal use standards. Beyond that, they just add to the large pile of not terribly useful paper that you will collect along your journey home. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and remember always that I'm here every day to help solve the problems that living life on life's terms sends your way. Keep my number close by so that you can reach me anytime you need my help, or anytime someone you care about needs someone who will care about them as much as I care about you. See you next week.